What's good, y'all? It's your boy Just Blaze, host of Above the Rim. Subscribe and tune in each week to hear me and a special guest discuss the latest in the NBA, the way you want to hear it, with the topics that you want to hear. Keep it locked.
You guys and the LA Times and everybody else and Mr. Ball as well I got so much more experience than you doing this than you'll ever have, especially in the NBA. So basically I would probably just say shut up and, just stay put, stay on the sidelines.
Coach. Yeah, I got words for Byron Scott. Shut the hell up and do what you do. Leave me alone.
Yo, man.
Yeah, that's what he need. He ain't doing nothing now. Tell him, if he want a name in the news, tell him go do something. You ain't got to talk about ball to get your name in the news.
Yo, man.
But then again, yes, you do. Because ain't nobody talking about Byron Scott doing nothing.
Talk about it.
You are now tuned in to Above the Rim.
Family, welcome to another episode, the latest episode of Above the Rim, episode 69. Brought to you by your honorable host, as always, your boy Justin, aka Just Blaze. Another episode, another special guest up in here. He's been on countless episodes before. One half of the league office, host of the gray area. My man, Jarvis. What's good, my brother?
It is good to be back above the rim. I don't have enough VC to get my hops up, so I do this podcast to get above the rim. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Just on the intro. Because that's exactly how I feel about Byron Scott. He could get all the way the hell up out of here with his faded eyebrows and his folded arms on the sideline. Get the hell out of here.
Byron.
Triple B's.
It's all about the big ball of it. Yo, that intro was dope, man.
Yeah, it was necessary.
It's put up or shut up,
I can't stand Byron Scott.
That's hilarious. So, family, you can find Above the Rim anywhere you get your podcasts. And to get in contact with me or the show, you can follow me on Twitter at JustBlaze_513. That's JUSBLAZE _513. IG is JustBlaze513. On Facebook, search for Above the Rim Podcast, and also email the show as well at the new email address.
Okay.
So the new email address for the show is Above the Rim NBA Podcast at gmail.com.
That sounds very official, Just.
Very official.
Okay.
The new email, Above the Rim NBA Podcast at gmail.com.
Send the hate mail.
Send the hate mail for all inquiries. For bookings.
IG thought out here.
Joe, where can they find you on Twitter, my man?
Real quick, Chet_O'Hara. I'm out here. I tweet. I share my show. I talk my talk. I don't care if you agree. I know that already. Instagram is Marlo Podfield. The Gray Area is found on Stitcher, iTunes, Blog Talk, everywhere else you can find podcasts. Every other Thursday, 10 a.m. You already know what it is.
You heard the man. You heard him. Also, family, if you have any feedback for the show, responses, or you just want to ask me a question, or you want your voice to be heard on the show, just call up the Talk About It line. Leave your boy a voicemail and let me know what's on your mind. And that number again is 908-718-1592. And family, definitely send those voicemails. And especially next week also, because I'm doing a solo episode. A real special solo episode.
I already know what this is about. All right.
You're damn right you know what that one is about. So send us some voicemails for that next episode as well. And so the league office is here, man.
Yeah, league office season. This is what we do, man.
It's league office season.
We offend some people. Some people love us, but I think since, we've been collaborating on each other's podcasts, the respect level when we collab is definitely in place. When we 100. Get together, what it's going to be. I'm excited for this 2018-19 season.
Oh, I'm very excited for this season, man. Very excited. And it's time for Put Up or Shut Up, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's Put Up or Shut Up.
The most anticipated.
The most, 100%.
Often duplicated.
Yes, yes. Talk about it. And I'm sure y'all remember Volume 1 we had at last season. It was right before the playoffs we had. And then Volume 2 was the recap of Volume 1, Put Up or Shut Up. And now it's time for Volume 3, Above the Rim Pressure Cooker. But real quick, though, I don't know if you... preseason has started.
Yeah.
Training camp has started now. Everyone is getting their feet wet.
Yeah.
This preseason. Everyone should be happy, optimistic. I don't know if you heard about J.R. Smith getting fined for his Supreme tat on his leg.
That's tacky. Come on, NBA. It's a tattoo.
It's a tad.
I know because he had the history of wearing the Supreme sleeves last year, I believe it was.
But did he get fined for that?
Nah, they just asked him to stop wearing it. Him and Oubre was wearing it last season.
So Wave Poppy?
Yeah. So Wave Poppy. Odell Jr. All these little Odell clones out here.
Stop it.
But I guess what it's looking like is JR tried to one up the system. If I can't wear the attire, the apparel, I'll tat it on me. But you can't censor a tattoo, guys. You know what I mean? Like
That's
NBA.
a little corny.
It's very corny. We gonna go back to telling them they have to wear suits on the sidelines again? Is that where we're going?
You know what it is to me? It's a little archaic.
Yes.
Is the word I'll use.
It's beneath the NBA.
It's very beneath the NBA. Definitely. It's a very NFL-esque move.
You know what? You're right.
It's a very
They've been hanging around
NFL-esque.
Goodell a little too much.
Definitely, 100%. And real quick, Tristan Thompson, TTK out here talking spicy. Like he's not in Kardashian jail right now.
Yo, my man gotta be the
Spicy
biggest bozo in the NBA.
No love for TTK?
Yo, you know I hate that guy. Like, he's my least favorite player in the league.
But what? I don't really have an issue with TTK. He's all right to me in my book.
This guy sticks his chest out so much for a below mediocre player. Like, he does nothing.
He's
straight
very
up
average.
LeBron creation. LeBron got him his bag. He fought for the $82 million contract he did not deserve. And any player in the NBA with a fade with baby hairs, I do not respect you. Bro, your hairline's receding. Just let it go. How you lay baby hairs? You've been with the Kardashians so long that you lay. Yo, his baby hairs are laid, Just.
They are.
Bro, I'm upset. I don't like that guy.
I mean, he's a stylish guy, TTK.
Yo, listen.
He does the dirty work
listen.
for his team. Like, I mean.
Any player his size with laid baby hairs getting $82 million to catch rebounds.
Tristan got baby hairs?
Bro. Next time you see him, the lineup is crispy, but the fade start about an inch back from where his hairline is.
Man.
I'm just saying, how you got a high top fade with laid baby hairs?
He definitely has a high top fade.
Knock it off.
Yeah. TTK, man, I would just say, be a little humble.
TTK is like...
You were talking spicy about the rest of the East.
Oh, come on.
About the rest of the East. He was talking very spicy, saying that they're still on top. Boston Celtics, they had home court and they lost. Toronto, they got swept. We know about them. Philly, they didn't even get to the second round, so they no factor. And he was like, we're still the champs.
Did he realize that LeBron was not coming to the media day?
I think he must have forgot.
Maybe he forgot.
Because he saw Channing Frye in the locker room?
I don't know. You know?
Channing Frye?
I don't think Deli's walking through that door.
TTK, just pipe down a little bit. A tad. So...
$82 million to catch rebounds.
84.
84 was it?
That's crazy. Crazy. Put up or shut up time. Volume 3, as I said before. It's time to put up or shut up for some of these NBA stars this season. We're going to be going over our season outlooks for each star. We'll be going over a lot of the main stars and rank their pressure level, to perform coming into this season. And we're going to be doing this on a scale, same way we did before, scale 1 through 5, with 5 being the most pressure. And also discussing expectations of what our expectations are for them, best and worst case scenarios for each. And you know where we got to start.
LeBron James.
We had to start at LeBron James. LeBron James.
Yes, sir.
Your man now, Joe.
He's ours now.
He's ours now. Did you hear that? He's ours now. That is your guy. You better embrace the man. You, Baylor, you too, embrace the man, okay?
He's a Laker, okay?
He's a Laker in Laker lore. He's definitely. So, before we get into LeBron, right? I wanted to play a clip to set the tone of what LeBron's mindset coming into this season before we discuss him on the Put Up or Shut Up. So, family, let's hear LeBron James's comments on Media Day with his role on the Lakers and his expectations this year.
Do you think that this Los Angeles Lakers can beat Golden State in the Western Conference?
We got a long way to go to get to Golden State. They could pick up right where they left off, starting with training camp. If they start today or whenever they start, we're picking up from scratch. So we have a long way to go. We can't worry about what Golden State is doing. Golden State is Golden State, and they're the champions, and they've been together for a few years now. So We put that to the side. We can only focus on what we can do to get better every day as a Lakers franchise, and and hopefully someday we can put ourselves in a position where we can compete for a championship, as Golden State has done for the last few years. I don't believe the only thing of success you mark in the season is winning a championship. There's only one champion, but that doesn't mean you're not successful. I think there's going to be wins and losses and things of that nature, but what you can control is how you prepare every day. As far as the ball club, we're all new to each other, so there's going to be good times, there's going to be bad times, and that's what happens with a team that's new. But if we continue to work the process and we continue to, sacrifice for one another and put in a commitment and the time to being great, then everything else will fall into place, as I said before.
So I wanted you guys to pay attention to that quote from LeBron James, because I took something from that quote. If you notice, it's a different tone of LeBron James right now.
Absolutely.
If you took a key factor from that little, not a soliloquy or whatever, how he answered the question was that have a championship this year doesn't define success for him this year on that Lakers roster. Now, that's interesting to me because we've never heard that from LeBron before. It's always championship or bust. If it's not a championship, then it's a bust. This is the first year I can remember hearing LeBron say, since probably his first couple years in the league, that a championship doesn't define success for my season. So that tells me he lowered his expectations for himself and for the team.
That's what it told you?
That's what it told me.
He told me something else, Just.
So you tell me what he tell you.
Tells me that LeBron James has been listening to Ja for about a year now.
Oh, let me hear this.
Teflon Braun. I debuted that title on this very show on the very first Put Up or Shut Up.
Yep.
Teflon Braun.
Teflon.
Man, listen, he never has to win again. Never.
See, you always get a little disrespectful when you go there.
Hey, but I keep the same energy.
You do. No, you always keep the same energy.
When it comes to this guy, once he got that Cleveland championship, right? He didn't have to do anything else. Cleveland wasn't even mad that he left. You see how the Teflon saga is unfolding?
It's unfolding right now.
They didn't even blink when he left. Not a burnt jersey. He's not even going to get booed when he comes back.
Right now, I can say you're 100% correct with the Teflon Braun.
And then he added a different level of Teflon to that vest. Why? Because he went to LA without anyone.
With no stars, purposely.
Any person with a brain between their ears are going to realize this team can't compete. It's house money in LA, baby.
It's
for LeBron.
For LeBron.
That pressure level is a whole zero, remaining zero.
Oh, wow. You got him at 0.
Teflon Braun, baby.
Okay, so you know what? I have his pressure cooker level at a 3.
Oh, you're disrespectful. I'm disrespectful. You're disrespectful.
And I have 3 to me is very mild. This is the least amount of pressure LeBron James has ever had coming into any season, I feel like, in his entire career, other than maybe his first 2 or 3 years in the league.
Okay.
In those early Daniel Marshall Cleveland years.
Yeah. He kicked his team in the corner for the 3. I remember.
Exactly. So to me, LeBron has 2 goals for this season.
Right.
One is make the second round of the playoffs and establish yourself as an assassin type scorer. I think those are LeBron James's only 2 goals, not a championship.
So when you say your pressure cooker's 3, it's about like him necessarily taking a different road as
personal goals.
Personal goals. That's where I was wanting to
My
go
pressure
with that.
cooker is for LeBron only. It's for personal goals.
Well, I think it's 0 for me because of the personal. He's set. The narrative. He's narrative God. He's stat patent God.
Yes.
He got the championship in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Now he's about to make some movies. Get a nice tan on a regular degular. Wifey might get pregnant for number 4. We never know. Life is grand for LeBron James is my point.
It is right now.
You know, I think right now, with the way the Lakers play ball and the system and everything and the young guys that's around him, it's set up for him to extend his career because he'll have to continue to do less. He'll be able to do
100%.
less and still be able to dominate the game when he needs to dominate the game. Going to your point now, where I'll agree with you, is that this team is set up for him to be the assassin we've always wanted him to be.
Yes.
Because he doesn't have to do anything.
Can he do it, though? This is my concern with LeBron.
Can I get disrespectful? I've been saying it for a little while now.
You about to say no?
His offensive skill set is not designed to be an assassin. He's not a one-on-one player. He doesn't got that mid-range Jimmy. He runs some contact late in games because he doesn't want to go to the free throw line.
Well, he's always been documented that he's a little bit afraid of the free throw line. That's been documented for sure.
Personal goals, to your point, just now he can try to challenge himself because there is no pressure. He can take more chances. YOLO.
But that's why I think you're going to see a very, I can't say the best LeBron because damn, we've seen some great LeBrons, but we're going to see maybe top 3 or 4 LeBron this year in LA.
The West going to bring it out of him.
The West is going to bring it out of him. And I think because there's such less pressure on him to win, this is one of the first few times he can be free.
Right.
As free as he wants to be. And free LeBron is LeBron at his best.
Listen.
Having fun LeBron. When he was in Cleveland with them handshakes with Danny Green and those boys.
Just come over to my side. Teflon Braun, baby.
It is Teflon Braun.
Teflon Braun.
It really is. But this is the first year I can honestly say it really is Teflon Braun. Because, all right, but the only thing I would say, LeBron will get some slander.
Oh, yeah. It's LA.
If they either don't make the playoffs, which I don't think is going to happen, so I think that's ridiculous.
Right.
Or if they lose in the first round of the playoffs, I think LeBron's going to get a lot of slander, and I think he's going to be ridiculed, and I think rightfully so if he can't get out of the first round with this Lakers squad.
That's when that Teflon vest will be penetrated. Because why? The legacy slanderers, like myself, he's a Laker, but he's not safe. Imagine if he gets bumped in the first round. It validates every argument against him.
He's going to hear my mouth.
Because it will say, of course you would get into the finals. It validates the scrub-ass East.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
That's exactly what I was getting to. It validates that you had a cakewalk to the finals in the East.
Exactly.
But I'm the one who I usually give LeBron credit because I do think even though he dominated the East, it's still a tall task to actually go and dominate the East.
True.
I don't think anyone could do it because a person like Giannis, he has all the tools to dominate the East, but he doesn't. Somebody like LeBron, he's actually putting it to work. So I still got to give him respect for that.
It was a special feat to do what he did, hands down. But first round knockout in the West, we're cooking you, baby.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be interesting, man. Teflon Braun. So level 3 for me, level 0 for you. Zero.
Unless he gets bumped in the first round.
My Lord. And before we get into the young Lakers score, we got a voicemail from the man BTG, Baylor the Great. Let's play that.
Jess, what up? It's your boy BTG. I'm just saying, man, the fast breaks we was running was pretty Gucci. You know what I'm saying? That's without Zoe. So I just had to let you know, man. I had to call in and let you know that, I mean, it's still preseason. The season starts in, 2 weeks? You know, we gave Bron a year pass, a season pass that, let's just get a taste of the playoffs. And we might struggle when we get there the first go around because we still got some youngsters. They're not even wearing diapers no more. They went to pull-ups. You know what I'm saying? BI at this point is potty training. But, we looking, you know what I'm saying? We got some dogs out there. We definitely got some dogs out there. And you know what the crazy part is that this is one of the best squads that he played with besides the squad that he had with Kyrie. Because if you really think about it, that Cleveland squad was just Bron, Kyrie, and a little bit of the Kevin Love. With this right here, he's around youth and gangsters. So I'm not saying Houston, we have a problem yet. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying Houston, y'all might have a problem soon. Okay, because those fast breaks is looking very early 90-ish. I'm just letting you know. Late 80s, early 90s. I'm just letting you know. It's about that time. You know what I'm saying? It's about that time. But shout out to the rest of the West though. It's still powerful up there. The West is still a West, and Bozo Nation is still in the East. But you know what? They still got a nice youngster over there that I really like. They actually got a couple. So shout out to the Knicks, to all the Knicks fans. I feel sorry for y'all year in, year out. I really like y'all, man. I really do. But I'm a Laker fan, and I don't have time to be whining. So just let me know what we're going to do about these jerseys, man. I feel like you're going to be wearing a Lakers jersey soon.
Never.
I just feel like that. Don't you just feel like that? Shout out for you coming on to the show, too. Dope show. Tell them about the show, Jess.
BTG for president. That's my man, Baylor the Great.
Bozo Nation.
Bozo Nation, a.k.a. Nick Nation.
Hey, listen. It's catching on, y'all.
It is. So Baylor was alluding to the preseason action that we saw over the weekend. LeBron's first look as a Laker. It was quite interesting. I liked it. I enjoyed watching it. But the Lakers' young core, pressure cooker. Me, all 3 of them, 5.
Okay.
All 3 of them 4-5, and we're gonna go through them individually. But for all of them, they have 5 for me. I think all of these young boys have a lot of pressure on them this year, and on them to perform this season and to perform to Magic's expectations, whatever expectations that he has of them. And I think they have all the pressure on them because I think Magic has already found their replacement if need be for each one of them. I think he, in his mind, he has a potential replacement for each one of them. Lonzo, he's the only one who's in a tough spot because he might have his replacement right there on the roster with him.
Okay.
But so that's just for them as a whole. So we're going to go down the list as a whole. Lonzo, to me, I just think he needs to work on his layup package and continue to manage the game as he has been. Hopefully he can start by regular season. I don't know.
I don't know if he'll start like right away.
I mean, is he starting the regular season though?
I don't know. Because he's not even going to play. There's no clearance as far as preseason.
The reports are very...
Right. 1 minute he was free, like full go. Next minute he's no contact drills. It's all over the place. I don't know if he's going to start the season. I would hope that. I think they play about 6 preseason games this year. So if by like the 4th preseason game he doesn't play, then I might not think he's starting the season.
Yeah.
You know, the Lakers have, you know, that much pressure to have Zoe on the court right away with the amount of creators on the floor and LeBron James, the king creator himself. There's not that much pressure to rush Lonzo Ball. You know, everything.
Are you alluding to your pressure cooker level right now?
Nah, not necessarily.
Oh.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Because my pressure cooker level is for something totally different. But I think from what I've read, the knee was an issue even last season, coming into the season, coming out of UCLA. So I think on the flip side, now that they have more parts around them, they don't want to mess the knee up like they did a year ago because minutes per game, he led the league for rookies. I didn't even know that.
Oh, he led minutes per game?
34 minutes a game as a rookie. So, 34 minutes a game, bad knee walking in the door. The Magic and company's looking like, you know what? Let's pump the brakes on the kid. But you don't want to mess this up before he reaches his potential.
So pressure cooker for you, Jar, for Lakers young core.
Much like you, I was coming in 5. Listeners, I have all my numbers written down. It's just so happened that me and Just think alike. You know, if LeBron is 0, it's for his resume. I have all the kids at 5 because, much like you, if y'all don't perform, y'all gone.
Yeah, it's as simple as that.
Y'all are gone. You know, with everything that's happening with certain guys that I'll let Just allude to later on, your replacement is here.
Yes.
Whether it's signing or trading, they're already on deck.
And they're ready.
Understandings and handshakes have been made. If the LeBron James signing showed you anything, KCP was sent to vet the Lakers organization.
The mole that is KCP.
Top to bottom, KCP, how they run the organization. How does Luke run practice? What's the vibe like as far as their decision making? Do they have a plan, KCP? He's the mole.
Yes.
Even like before LeBron James became 100% real, the same thing was in place with PG.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Magic Johnson is a businessman. He's shaking hands and slapping you on the back and saying, yo, I look forward to seeing you as a Laker.
Yep.
So if the 3 kids are not hooping, they out of there.
They definitely
And I love
are.
Lonzo, but he's going to be gone.
Yes. Man, they got all the pressure in the world on them young kids.
100%.
All of them. And I think, in my estimation, how I looked at it is 2 of them are going to be here and 1 of them are going to be gone by the end of the season.
Fair enough.
That's how I'm looking
If they don't
at it.
hoop, absolutely.
Yeah. And the one who I think will stay and the one who I think will make the biggest leap is my man B.I., Brandon Ingram.
Okay.
I think I said it on Twitter. I've been pumping this summer. I think Brandon Ingram will be an all-star this year. I said borderline all-star, but I'm taking it up a notch. He's going to be an all-star
I
this
know
year.
you like the bungee jump, so this is what you do, and I respect that.
Listen, I think hear me out, because I think he's going to up his scoring. Last year, he averaged, 18, I think, a game. 18 or 19.
16.
Oh, 16?
Yeah.
Okay. So this year, I think he's going to average about 21 this year. I think he's averaging about 21 this year. I would say about 4 rebounds and about 4 assists, because I think he is going to get some time to handle the ball as well, especially in that second unit. Even with Rondo there on that second unit, I still think they're going to give him a lot of opportunities with the positionless basketball, as they've been talking. He's going to have a lot of ball handling duties, as you saw in the preseason, actually.
It's going to be a lot of cheap assists because of the free looks that you're going to have at the paint.
And they're pushing the pace. They're playing at a fast pace. So it's going to be a lot of those little ticky-tack assists, those quick up the court heaves, those kind of
counting stats, but it ain't like he ain't half court dribbling and creating. It's just up the court layup,
Exactly. And the other reason why I think he's going to be all-star is because I think the Lakers are going to be better than advertised this year. I think the Lakers are going to be third or fourth seed in the West this year. That's how I'm looking at the Lakers.
I'm here with you.
I don't think they're a bad team. And because of how the rest of the West is stacked up,
Right.
they're even with all of those teams and could be a little bit better because they have the best player in the world on their team. So you always have to give them the upper edge.
Agreed.
And I think these kids are hungry, and I think they do feel the pressure on them that they will play well. And I think that Brandon Ingram, because they're going to have such success on the Laker roster, I think the media is going to pump LeBron to have 2 All-Stars on them Lakers.
Oh, yeah.
And Brandon Ingram is going to be that All-Star.
You know what it is? You know, just for the record, I've been on my show, been on other shows. I have the Lakers at 54 wins. That's the number.
That's
second round exit.
I might go 50, but 54 is...
That's how I'm looking at the roster.
Okay.
You know, I'm a homer, so you could add some wins to that because of,
that's fine.
You know? But I think that this team, if things go accordingly, you know, and from what I saw as far as the style of play, it's designed for them to win basketball games.
It is.
They're going to wear people out. They have LeBron James, who, when he wants to be, can be a closer. To your point, Brandon Ingram has a chance to shine because the looks that he got last night, catching and shooting, finishing at the basket on a nice little drop from LeBron James, it's like you're going to get a lot of freebies to build
he
your
was
counter
aggressive
stats.
to get those freebies.
That too.
He wanted those.
So, and that attention factor, you know, the gravitation to pull of LeBron James is immaculate.
Yeah.
The defense is always going to hedge to his side. So if you got guys like Kuzma, Lonzo, Brandon Ingram, KCP, the list goes on. Josh Hart, who had a couple of nice little finishes as well. These guys got to show up.
They
if
do.
you can't kill with the amount of open looks you're going to get, you don't deserve to be there.
Yeah, that is 100% true because you're going to get a lot of open looks.
I think, you know what? The only reason why I'll say I disagree with you with the Brandon Ingram thing is because I think if anybody is safe as far as the young guys, it's going to be someone Magic brought in. We've seen Magic systematically get rid of all the cup check. I mean, like the young guys that he's drafted. He's gotten rid of every guy that cup check is brought in except for Zubac and B.I.
True.
So those guys to me are the most likely to go. And as far as trades, I think if B.I. is as good as we think he's going to be, he's the most sexiest.
Yeah. He's the most coveted piece out of all three.
The jury's out as an asset on Lonzo Ball. Kyle Kuzma, maybe. But if you're asking me who's better at basketball, I think B.I. is better than Kuzma.
I think he's 100% better than Kuzma.
But, you know, the hype, you know. The hype train for Kuzma started, and people won't admit it, but it started when he tried to dunk on Embiid.
Yeah.
When he tried that dunk, a couple of nice little moments, but I remember him falling off at the second half.
Yeah.
I remember him being very Lonzo dependent, but you know, he has a good game.
But he was bold.
Yeah, he's bold, and that stands out in Los Angeles.
Yep,
you know?
They wanted that.
But B.I. to me is the most likely to go in any kind of trade situation.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, I hope not. I mean, I would love.
I want this whole team to stay together. Period.
Yeah. I'm very curious to see how this roster is going to be shaken up. So moving on, Houston Rockets.
I've been waiting for this.
Hashtag run it back, as they've been putting on Twitter. The Rockets had some interesting additions, some nice additions this offseason. They added Carmelo Anthony, Hoodie Melo, James Ennis, Michael Carter-Williams, Brandon Knight, and Marquise Chris to round out the roster, and losing Trevor Reeves, Luke Mbamute, the Prince. First of all, that no one cared about before I was pumping Luke Mbamute. Now all of a sudden the world cares about him, but that's...
I still don't care about him.
Neither. But that's neither here nor there. CP3, we're going to start off with my man, the point guard, godliness.
Oh, yeah.
CP3. Pressure cooker for him. I'm going to go with a 4.
Okay.
It's 4. Last year I had him at a 5. I chopped it down to 4 this year because I feel like the world was enlightened to how important CP3 is to the Rockets' success and how important he is to any team that he's on success. And I feel like he did gain a boost in, not necessarily popularity, a boost in lore,
right.
I think. A boost in lore because of the hamstring, the unfortunate conspiracy hamstring injury. And to me, there's only pressure on CP3 to win the title and to not lose to anyone other than Golden State. You can't lose to any other team other than Golden State.
Okay.
And if Golden State didn't make the additions of DeMarcus Cousins, I don't think that the Rockets would have the opportunity to lose to them as well. They would have to beat them this year because they were so close last year. If they were healthy, of course. And I think he's even more hungry. I think he's more motivated this year. I think he's coming back for that very reason. And I think this year you're going to see a different CP3 because with him, I think he's going to take over more of the ball handling responsibilities for the Houston Rockets this year.
Okay.
I think they're going to move Harden more so into a scorer's role, even though he was always a scorer, but more into an assassin scorer type role. Less ball handling duties. They got Brandon Knight to help out. They got Marco Carter Williams to help out. And what they need from Harden is to stop trying to do multiple jobs and leave it to CP3 to do what he does best, which is distribute.
Okay.
Along with Melo with his offensive prowess. So I got CP3 at a 4 for me. What about you, Jarvis?
It sounds so good. Look at Just lowering the bar as usual.
It's
Chris
I
Paul.
said he gotta win a title, but
Gotta win a title, but his pressure level goes down after Game 7. No hamstring.
But that's because of what he's up against.
Okay.
To me, he's got to win a title. It's title or bust every year for CP3.
Ladies and gentlemen.
But pressure level.
Pressure level? It is at an 8. It is at an 8.
Of course you would say
A
that.
whole 8.
Of course you would
for
say
Chris
that.
Paul. Why? Because I don't want to hear anything else.
Here comes the hate.
I don't want to hear June. I don't want to hear he didn't have help.
See you in
I don't
June.
want to hear health issues. All I want to hear is he got it done. Get it done, CP3.
He will.
Validate
he was
your
going
career,
to.
CP3.
Okay.
Be everything else beyond that, I don't want to hear it.
Okay.
I'm still going to hear it because Justice the homie. But what I'm saying is, figuratively speaking, I don't want to hear anything else.
Okay.
Get it done. 4 years, 160 mil. Yeah, I'm getting in your pocket.
Well deserved.
40 mil per, essentially.
Well deserved.
I know it's not literally 40 mil per, but still.
You know what that was?
What's that?
A leadership check.
Oh, yeah.
It was a leadership
That's
check.
a pension check for when he needs the plasma-rich treatments for his hamstrings. That's what
Why you
it's
worried about that
for.
man's hamstring?
If it ain't his knee,
It was a
it's his
conspiracy.
hamstring. It's, he finally had to put a little move on a guard who couldn't defend him, and he hurt himself. His old ass.
I mean, but you saw the importance of CP3 last year and
I
how
know.
important he is and how vital he is to the
And I've been
success of the
seeing
Rockets.
how important he was and not getting it done for years. Listen, Chris. Get it done.
I mean, I swear, I'm going to devote a whole lot of time to CP3.
Get it done.
No, you're right. He has to get it done.
That's it.
He has to get it done.
That's it.
He has to stay healthy
Listen,
this entire
just
playoffs.
don't let them not get back to the conference finals.
Oh, they
either.
get to the conference
Oh.
final. Come on now. Don't be disrespectful.
All I know is the 03 Sacramento Kings didn't get to the Western Conference Finals, and they remind me of the 02 Kings in every way possible. So,
They're better.
yeah, I don't know.
A lot better. They didn't have 2 Hall
They
of
was
Famers. They had
calling
one.
conspiracies in 02 also.
That Sacramento team had... Oh, that really was a conspiracy
Yeah.
game. Proven. And it was proven once again. James Harden moving on. Pressure
Okay.
cooker level for me. I got him at a 4 as well. I think I got him as a 4, but it's really like a 4.5. I feel like 4.5, kind of 5. I think to me his pressure level is he has to win a title,
Right.
So it's remotely close to a 5. I might go 4.9
Okay.
for James Harden. And the only thing is, I feel like it's more personal goals for him, other than winning the title. It's definitely winning the title, but his other personal goal is to try to become a two-way player this year,
Okay.
if he can. A personal goal for him as long as winning the title, because I feel like that goes without saying he's got to win the title this year.
Yeah.
He's had his accolades. He's got his MVP. He's been dominating the league for 3 years now. He's made a case for becoming MVP, about 3 years now, the past 3 years. A case can be made. And he's got to become from a solid NBA defender to a good NBA defender. You don't have to be great, but he has to be good.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think he's as good a defender as far as bad defenders go as Steph Curry?
That's
I think
tricky.
I think I could depend on Steph more to stay in front of his guy than Harden.
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, I would
both
say
bad.
that before last year, I would say that. But last year, because I watched a lot of Houston Rockets,
You giving him more credit than
I'm
he
giving him
deserves?
more. No, I'm giving him.
So I almost got you there, right?
I'm giving him some credit because he actually made an effort last year. But
Okay.
it came a lot about, it was fatigue a lot because he did have a lot of responsibility.
And that's the thing. It's tough to ask a person to defend when you're carrying the lion's share of the offense.
Exactly. So, but to me, his focus this year should just be on the title and that's it. And
Okay.
becoming an assassin type scorer. So pressure cook level for you.
I got James Harden at a whole 5. I'm not a homer like you. I don't got to grade him on curves. But you already know, Harden is one of my guys.
Yeah.
He's been robbed twice of MVPs.
I've
along
grown
with
to love
with
Harden.
the one MVP that he has. really, it's really simple. It's not necessarily the level of Chris Paul get it done, but you could say he's the consensus best two guard in the NBA.
Yes, 100%.
As much as people still don't take him very seriously, he's one of the absolute best players in the NBA.
Yeah.
You know? And it's weird that people still look at him as just a dude with the beard. Like, he's really good.
Yeah. They look at him as just an offensive player.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, since he's gone to Houston, they've gotten the 2 conference finals. They've been going toe-to-toe with the Warriors. They've had some battles. He's been consistently
winning in his time in Houston.
Right. You know, as much as people love Chase Brook, it's been Harden who's had a successful solo career. I just think now you've gotten the MVPs. You've had some legendary seasons as far as counting stats go. You've had playoff runs. You kind of sort of showed this playoff run as opposed to others. You know, it's time for you to now solidify.
Yes.
At least I'm not gonna say a championship, but finals. A good final showing.
Yes.
You know?
And my issue with him is his playoff runs, he has to stop wavering in the final games of a playoff season. He always starts off great in every playoff series. Games 1, 2, and 3, he's phenomenal. Maybe 1 and 2, he's phenomenal. 3, he starts to waver off a little bit. 4, he starts to waver off a little bit. By 5, you start to see pedestrian Harden a little bit at times. For a half, he'll go a little missing, which he cannot do. Not if you're an MVP of the league now. Now you're an MVP, so now you're on a higher plateau, you're on a higher level. I need you to put up. There's no shutting up for you.
The deeper he goes into the playoffs, right? Much like I like to give people names, Teflon Braun. James Harden becomes James Softon by like game 5, 6s, and 7s of these series. James Softon. Who could stop James Harden from getting to the basket?
Nobody.
Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals. Nobody. What was it? 27 straight missed threes?
27.
Why weren't you going to the basket, James Softon? Like, what's going on here, sir? You know?
I have no idea.
And I love James Harden. I love his game. But it's time for you to put up or shut up.
Is he? Okay, really quick. Best one-on-one player in the league, KD or Harden? Or Steph?
Best one-on-one? It's Kyrie Irving. But if you
or Kyrie.
But if you're telling me that,
you know, best offensive player, is that a better question? Or
James Harden. James Harden's he's a whole deal. Because he got the little post game too, little mid post.
He has a wide repertoire.
Yes.
He has an offensive package.
You know, these old heads say, "Oh, you couldn't survive in my era," but I remember, back in the day, you had to have the full package to survive in the league. And when I look at guys like KD and Harden, they got everything you want from an offensive player.
Yep.
You know,
100%. And James Harden is a physical guard as well.
Absolutely,
he's a physical too. I would say he's 1A, 1B with Kevin Durant and James Harden.
Yeah.
Because I really like KD, so I would have to go KD 1A.
They got the kitchen sink.
100%. Crazy. So moving on, Melo. Hoodie Melo. Pressure cooker for me, he's at a 5.
Okay.
Melo, I'm not playing around with Melo this year. I'm not playing around with him. I've been pumping him up all summer. Pumping him up last year. I was saying he wasn't utilized correctly. He had a down year. Everybody know he averaged 16 points per game. Shot 40% from the field, 35% from 3, A career low 16 points per game, which is a career low. For some people, that's their career high points per game. But for Melo, it's a career low. So we understand he had a down year last year.
Right.
He has to be drastically better this year due to personnel. He's got CP3 with him. Point guard, who I'm going to talk about in another episode, who's going to put him in better position to score. James Harden as well. But for Melo, he needs to isolate what he does best, which we all know is scoring.
Right.
And stick to that and dominate that portion of your game. He doesn't have to be a great defender. He can't be a great defender. He can be a solid defender, though, in stretches. I think with Melo right now, a lot less is going to be asked of him in Houston than it was asked of him in OKC. He's not quote unquote being pulled in as the big 3 in Houston as he was in OKC. So it's a lot less pressure on him, but as a whole, a pressure on him, team wise as a whole, as in his role. But there's pressure on him to succeed in the role, which is why he's at a 5 for me.
Definitely see where you're going, because anyway Houston doesn't reach the heights from last season, or things chemistry-wise goes left, they're going to blame Carmelo.
Oh, yeah, easily.
You know? So for me, the pressure level, I have him at 7. Because
I might put him at 7 too. You right there. I'm with you.
It's not even about basketball. It's about respect.
Yes.
To me, Carmelo Anthony's credibility is on the line. Because the disrespect has been flying his way for 2.5, 3 years now.
Yep.
If he goes and things don't go how it's supposed to go, no matter how untrue it might be, it validates all the criticisms of him if it doesn't go right this year.
If it doesn't go right.
And then I already have people that I know personally saying he's washed.
There's a lot of people saying that he's washed. I think more than not, people are saying that he's washed right now. It's getting a little out of control.
It's a bar fight out here, you know? So for me, it's 7 because he has to take his respect back. He has to remind people, you know, this is a reminder year. Oh, you want me to come off the bench?
Oh, this is a reminder
Now I'm going to give you what y'all been asking me to do for years now. But now you have to validate this.
Oh, he has to validate 100%.
You got to play
He's
defense.
a career 24 points per game scorer. The man can score. That's what he can do.
Absolutely.
He's only 2 years removed from averaging 22 a game. 2 years removed. We know who's the number 1 option there, so it's a little bit different now. But here, technically, he can be the number 2 option on offense on the Houston Rockets. The number 2 offensive scorer, because I think CP3 has no problems taking a step back offensively, scoring-wise.
Create, be the valve, you know?
Yeah, CP has no problem to being the main distributor. That's what he loves to do anyway. He has no problem being a floor general.
Agreed.
That's why I think he's going to take more of a leadership role this year. And Melo, to me, just has to get in line, play his role. And to me, I think he can average 18 to 20 this year, I think.
Carmelo, when he goes in his locker, right, he needs to have like a checklist, you know? Come in, fulfill my role is number 1.
Be a star in your role.
Number 2, play nice with D'Antoni. Number 3, play the best defense I'm capable of. You know, he's been in the league, 14 years now, somewhere in that vicinity.
Look engaged, look active.
Active on defense. And number 5, show up when it counts.
When it counts.
You know, close games. Because if he can do anything better than James Harden, it's finish games.
It's finish games.
And if he does these things, whether you guys win the championship or not, if he does these things, he'll get that respect back.
100%.
If his locker room talk and it's soaking, it looks anything like OKC last season, albeit he was in a terrible position, if it looks anything like that, it's over. Sad to say. I love Melo, but it'll be over for him, credibility-wise.
This is a big year for Melo.
It has to be.
It's one of the biggest years of his career.
Even got Lala out here speaking on his behalf.
Man, Lala's on First Take, vouching for you.
Vouching.
She put her neck on the line for you, Melo. She put it on the line for you, Melo.
I wanted to get so disrespectful just now, but I love Melo, so I'm going to be respectful.
Come on now. Melo, let's get it done. I'm pumping you up, Melo. Let's get it done, man.
2 years. He wanted you last season.
Yeah.
Listen.
Everyone knows I've been calling for you, Melo, to be on the Houston Rockets.
This is like Justice's dream team. He been wanting Melo since Clipper era. You know, like...
Seriously, since Clipper era.
You know?
I wanted Blake gone for Melo.
Listen, this is everything Justice ever wanted.
There's so much riding on this season.
Yeah.
So much on this season for me, man. So much. So moving on to Golden State pressure cooker. They retooled this summer with DeMarcus Cousins, his snake ass, went over there to the Golden State Warriors, the punk move of the year, and signed for, what do you thought? Not the vet minimum. I think he signed for the
1 year, $5 million.
Yeah, $5 million. The mid-level exception they gave him. Sucker move, whatever. Signing with the Golden State Warriors. But we're moving on to KD first. Pressure cooker level for KD. Matter of fact, before we get to that, I want to play a clip that I heard from KD, which matter of fact, I'll just let you hear.
You know they're not going to give me anything. Even if it's on the fence, I have to be clear-cut better than everybody for me to even get a look. So
Why do you think that is?
I mean, it's just pure hate for me, obviously, and no appreciation for my real skill for the game. But I get it. I understand where we're coming from. I understand what we have here in this building that scares everybody. But for me, I was just proud of the growth that I had in that area, whereas I just wanted to be able to be relied on to guard anybody. You know, accolades, that stuff, that stuff is kind of long gone for me, unless it's like, you know, finals or something like that, where it's probably pretty even. But, you know, regular season awards, I mean, I'm never going to get a look when it comes to that, especially playing here for the Warriors.
You were checking James Harden on the ball in the Western Conference Finals. Are these folks not watching?
I'm really sick of KD. I'm sick of KD. Right, let me tell you why. First of all, he's still crying about the backlash from him going to Golden State. He's still crying about that. He's still got a little soft spot. He's still butthurt from the negative backlash that he's received. But right there, he's talking about him not getting any Defensive Player of the Year honors. So he's saying that it's pure hate for me, obviously. Pure hate for me, obviously. KD, you really are starting to get on my nerves. I got his pressure cooker level. I had it at a 3, also 5, also 30. I don't know. I'm sick of KD. Job, take it away. I'm sick of KD.
Listen, the irony of this whole thing is KD ain't lying, though.
I mean, he has a slight point.
A slight point?
But that's
a lot of hatred for KD.
That's his own doing, though.
A fact. When you turn heel, the fans will boo.
When you tip the balance of power so much.
Right. But he ain't lying. All y'all need to get out y'all feelings about Kevin Durant.
I'm still in my feelings about Kevin Durant.
Y'all all need to get out your feelings. It is what it is. Shout out to the teams that are building rosters like your Rockets, Boston, Philly, the Lakers. Teams are trying to knock them off their perch. I noticed that all the people who are crying about KD in the NBA are on teams that know they can't beat them. CJ McCollum, I'm talking to you. But the pressure cooker, I'm going to take it a step further because, you know what, I love upsetting people. But KD's pressure level is a grand total of 0.
Yo, you know what's crazy?
0.
I'm with you on that. Okay. All right. I'm with you on that. I was being nice with the team. I'm with you on that. Tell the people why. I'm with you.
Listen, did y'all not hear that quote? Now, that man is comfortable in his skin. If KD is soft and he likes to whine, that is who Kevin Durant is. I'm going to show you my soul. I like to whine and complain.
He's a damn whiner.
He's a whiner, but he's a 2-time champion, 2-time finals MVP. He tipped the scales for the best team ever who couldn't beat the best player going and then needed him to win. Yeah. That is a fact that no one ever wants to talk about when they kill KD. They wouldn't beating Bron and Kyrie without KD. I'm here to tell you that. You know?
Oh, no. So they would not beat them without KD.
2 championships. He's loving his life. He gets to play defense more because he's not running around with Chase Brook. He gets to do everything he's ever wanted to do on the basketball court. And when it all fails, guess what? Hey, Steph, can you bail me out? Hey, Clay, can you bail me out?
That's
hey, Draymond, can you yell at me? Hey, Boogie, can you bail me out too and yell at me too?
Yep.
Life is grand for KD.
It is.
You know, and he's about to get that bag. It's coming soon.
It is. Life is grand for KD right now. It's crazy. I think this is the least amount of pressure on KD. I know people are saying that he has to validate himself every year, but to me, he's got 2 finals MVPs. He's got 2 titles right now. If they lose this year, no one is really blaming KD right now, honestly. Listen, they're really not.
KD's whining because he wants the accolades, but he really don't give a bleep about some of these people's opinions. He just, do you know what I think KD is? KD is too close to where we at as far as like people.
Yeah.
And we troll, we make fun of. KD's a troll.
He is.
You know? And he enjoys it. I think when people were like, when Stephen A. and all of them are yelling at him, he's laughing. Because this is what he wants, you know? And he'll go win another chip, then he'll stare at the crowd and laugh at the crowd and hold up his trophies and say, did it again.
But I do think
mad?
Him being there, it boosted his bravado a little bit. Like, he's hiding behind the curtain that is the Golden State Warriors to me.
Yeah, or maybe he was getting suppressed by that raptor face dude in OKC. You know, like it could go either way.
I mean, it definitely parts of his game was getting suppressed.
Oh yeah,
most definitely. Could be personality too. Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, so we're in agreement.
KD might be a buster. We don't know. I don't know the guy.
Yeah. I've always been, I love KD as a player. I just hated him for the move. I just think he's that great of a player.
Right.
That he can carry a franchise on his own. That's my only issue with KD. I would love for him to leave at the end of this season, go somewhere else.
Alpha game, beta personality.
Beta, 100%. Moving on, Steph. For me, his pressure cooker level is at a 4 for me. And for Steph, to me, this is an interesting year for Steph because I feel like since KD has been there, a lot of his, well, not a lot, some of his luster has gone down a little bit since KD has been there. And to me, he has yet to dominate a season in the way he has before KD was there.
Fair.
So I can't go 5 because he has proved himself and he doesn't have to win. Like, no one's going to kill him if he doesn't win.
Right.
But to me, I think he has to somehow, some way, and I don't even know if it's possible, to put his stamp on this season the same way he did in his MVP year. Okay. Maybe not that high, but a little bit less. Because I feel like a lot of people, like me, have been taking shots at Steph Curry. And I think rightfully so.
Gratuitous shots at Steph Curry.
I think I've been okay with taking shots for that. He still has no 3 finals now.
4. Or 3 championships, 4 finals.
3 championships, 4 finals. 0 MVP, finals MVPs. That's still a problem in my book. I don't know about you. I mean, why isn't he held on that same standard? If LeBron was in the finals, wouldn't you kill him for not winning the finals MVP? You wouldn't let him live. So why should we let Steph Curry live? He's got to get those finals MVP. And to me, he just got to take control back of his squad. Because I feel like KD is I can't even call him the alpha on that team. I just think he's the best player on that team.
Well, you know, I'm going to hedge here a little bit. Basketball-wise, strictly basketball, it's 0. Perception-wise, it's about 3.5, 4 for everything you just said, you know? But I think the reason why, you know, he doesn't get killed as much as like a LeBron, so to speak, with certain things as far as accolades, is the fact that everyone knows that if you remove Steph from that equation, there's no championship. It's such a weird thing, you know, because I've mentioned it in the past. It's just hard to grade Golden State like you do most NBA teams. Because like I've said it on other shows on my show, most teams are pillars. You have 2 pillars, you might win a championship. Golden State is a chain link. You break the chain link, everything gets out of whack. So it's tough to really say like I just said a few seconds ago, KD helps them beat LeBron and Kyrie. But then at the same time, to be the dynamic force that they are, you need Steph to break the geometry of the half-court offense.
But they didn't need KD to get to the finals.
They need KD for the finals, but they don't need KD to get to the finals.
Okay.
But it's like what makes Golden State special in 20 years, 30 years when we think about them is how Steph broke the game. You know what I mean? And how can you defend? It always go back to the question. Not so much last year because there was a lot of me basketball being played by Golden State, but when they are playing their game, how do you defend a team like that? It's not fair.
It's virtually impossible to make a team like that.
So
especially
Steph,
when they go 5 out.
And it's because of Steph. Because if you got to guard Steph 30 feet, 35 feet from the basket, there's so much driving lanes and cutting happening, and so many different actions, free flowing in space. It's damn near impossible to ask me to play 24 seconds of defense against these guys. So it's like most people who look at the game, they look at what Steph brings to the table, and they don't kill him because they know he broke the game. But perception-wise, if you're not going to get another league MVP, if y'all get another championship, and that's 4, if you don't have another finals MVP, legacy now, we talking, it's going to look a little fishy.
Why are you cutting him so much slack for no finals MVP?
I'm not. What I'm saying is, I'm saying if it gets to 4 and he doesn't have it, his legacy is going to be looked at sideways. That's what I'm saying.
Is it going to be looked at sideways by you?
Yes.
Okay.
Remember we spoke about it in the playoffs. I want him to get that finals MVP because it's eyebrow raising. You know? That's what I'm saying. Basketball on the court, 0. Perception-wise, accolades, all of that talk, 4. 3, 4, in that area.
Okay. All right. Okay, so I catch your drift there. All right.
You can't win 4 and not get 1.
Come on now.
You know, it would get a little absurd at that point.
Oh, my slander would be through the roof.
Oh, yeah.
Through the roof. Moving on. Boogie Cousins, his pressure cooker level for me is at a 5 for me.
Wow,
and
why so high, Josh?
Because I feel like he has to prove that he can adjust to a winning environment.
Oh, okay.
That's why his pressure level is high. Because I said it was a weak-ass snake sucker move that he did, sign it to Golden State.
Spicy season.
It is. That was real corny to do that. I mean, I don't believe him that he had no offers from anyone else. I just don't believe that. Me personally, I just don't. I just feel like he wanted to. He was a little butthurt that he wasn't getting a contract that he wanted, that max deal. And he said, you know what, I'm just going to spite them and go to a team that doesn't really need me and that I don't really have to do much so I can rehab myself. So to me, and get a ring at the same, or try to get a ring at the same time. So to me, I think it's corny. But he's got to show me that he's about this life after coming back from injury and show me that he's still the same player that he once was and not just a layup to get a ring. So his pressure level's at a 5 for me.
I have Boogie at 3.5.
Okay.
You know, I hear what she's saying. I mean, I hear a little emotion in your tone. It
is.
I feel like you're thinking about the Rockets a little bit with Boogie, you know. But I think...
I really don't like his fit on that team, by the way.
I actually like the fit.
Okay.
Because he can actually spread the floor.
Yeah,
he can play in the mid post. He can shoot the 3. You know? And I think a lot of times when teams have success against Golden State, it's because they get to bully them. You're not bullying Draymond in the playoffs. PJ Tucker's not getting away with half the stuff he got away with in the conference finals last year.
Yeah.
To me, like, Boogie is the anti-bully Golden State signing. But to your point, about like not having offers and things of that nature. I'm going to say that I partially agree with you because I think he didn't have the offers he would have liked on the table. Because the thing is, he's coming off an Achilles. If he signs to certain teams and it's not even an offer he likes, it's a certain amount of pressure to validate wherever you go, right? I think he chose Golden State, partially despite the league, but also to give himself all the time he needs to rehab. Because it's about the bag. Yeah, I could lay up the championship. I don't even think Boogie cares that much about the ring. I think he just wanted to go someplace where he could have the whole 15 months, not even just 12, the entire 12 to 15 needed to get healthy, get the ring, but then showcase yourself. Because once you get on Golden State, April, May, and June, nationally televised every night. You get to showcase it every night.
That's true.
I showed you.
I know he's looking out for his personal interests.
It's all about the next season. Yeah, the ring is collateral, in my opinion.
But this me.
I know it devalues the championship.
Yeah, it really devalues the championship.
How do we know Boogie's even going to play this year? We don't know.
Yeah. That's true. I mean, I just personally don't like the fit. I mean, you're going to see who knows, because you know Achilles injury, that's not something easy to come back from.
Pick a role with Steph and Boogie, you worried about fit? It's going to be so disgusting in Golden State.
I mean, that would be a nice pick and pop, though.
Yeah. Who are you going to defend? That's the question. We're going back to that. Who are you going to defend? It's not fair. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Moving on, man. Yo, man, Russell Chasebrook, as you like to call him.
I keep that same energy.
Listen, and I'm with you on that energy right now. It's a level 5, maybe 10 for me for Russell Westbrook. It's overdue for Russell Westbrook this year. It's overdue for him to get his fair share of slander for not getting out the first round.
Agreed.
Let's call it what it is. This man has not gotten out the first round since KD's left. He's always had excellent numbers, but has he made anyone else better around him?
Nope.
He has not. It hasn't been proven that he has thus far. The only one that I would say that he's made better is Steven Adams. That may be the only one I would say. But Steven Adams is already what he is. A pick and roll defender, clogs the paint. He is what he is.
Steven Adams is going to Steven Adams everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Steven Adams is going to be Steven Adams everywhere. So, and last year, he only shot 29% from 3. Right. So he's got to become a better shooter this year also as well.
Agreed.
So to me, Russ has to get out of... First of all, to me, why isn't Russ graded on finals or bust like everybody else? James Harden right now would grade him on finals or bust, right? You said he has to get there. CP3, finals or bust. Why is he not on that same level as them? If he's a quote-unquote top 5 player in the league, top 5 superstar in the league, as many people have him as, because of his dynamic numbers, why isn't he graded on a scale as finals or bust?
You know, last year this time, I might have given him like an 8 or 9. But ironically speaking, I have him at a 3. Hear me out.
Wow.
Hear me out. I like to get just like this.
3?
And it's not because of anything.
You look crazy.
Nah, not even. Because at some point, I noticed over the summer, there's a movement. People are starting to open their eyes to Russell Westbrook. It's not just me standing on top of the mountain yelling anymore and looking crazy. People are starting to come around to seeing that he's a high usage, low efficiency player. They're starting to see that he's a flawed player. And I'll be honest. Part of the 3 is because I'm projecting. And I'm thinking as reality starts to set in more and more people will start to expect less of Russell Westbrook. And he'll just be a player, like someone you could tune into and get that national TV game, but in a playoffs, you know he gonna lose. You know, he's starting to become that already.
Numbers, but you know he gonna lose.
You know, like, and I'm giving him that 3 because I think people are gonna start to expect less because of his flawed game. That's why he's a 3.
But I don't know, but people still rank him in the top 5.
He ain't gonna be there by the end of the season. I'm telling you.
I think he has to prove that he can. I mean, can he? I mean, he kind of partially proved it with Paul George. Did he prove he could play with superstars last year?
Not necessarily.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, Paul George had a decent season.
I think it's going to be up to Paul George to save Westbrook from himself, a la how KD used to build Westbrook out. But people don't talk about that because KD ran to Golden State.
That's true. And I don't care about these triple doubles anymore. It's all about winning for Russell Westbrook. I don't want to see 29, 10, and 10 this year.
29,
that doesn't
10, and 10, high usage.
That's not conducive to winning.
Shooting, what, 40%, low 40%?
Low 40s
So
and 29% from three.
Why we never talk about just the empty possessions that he wastes with the turnovers or the missed shots?
When he dribbles the ball 22 seconds out of the shot clock.
But why are we only talking about the counter stats? What about the basketball? Like putting the ball in the rim, getting the most out of each possession. The man-to-man defense that he rarely plays.
Yes.
Playing past the lanes is not the only part of defense, people. But I'm not, you see, you getting me worked up. I'm not even going to do that.
100%. It is Chase Brook. He needs to stop stat padding this year, and I need to produce some wins.
Right.
Well, I mean, he can produce wins, but he needs to get deeper in the final.
I don't think he plays
playoffs.
winning basketball.
Yeah.
That's just what it is.
I agree, 100%. And moving on to his running mate, PG-13, playoff P.
Boy, if you don't get
playoff P.
Joe Ingles.
Joe, Office Depot Joe put the clamps on him. Playoff P, he needs to step up big time this year as Russ's sidekick. And to me, his pressure cooker level is at a 4 for me. And he had a horrible playoff run. It was his first round exit, playoff P. And to me, this year, he has to be a 1B instead of a 2. To me, that's Paul George's goal. He only has a personal goal to be a 1B instead of a number 2. Because if you're a number 2, that means you've accepted your step back as a number 2 star. And if you step back and accept your number 2 as a star, you're only playing right into Russell Westbrook's hands.
Agreed.
Which is what he wants to do. And then it's going to be the same old shit this year. You're going to lose in the first round in 4 or 5 games to a better team because you guys don't know how to play together. So Paul George, he got to put up this year. And he's got to average about 23 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, somewhere in that range. Definitely has to be an all-star. And he got to be a 1B over a 2 for me.
You know what? I have him at a 3 also. Why? As soon as he re-signed with OKC, after all the pomp and circumstance, the documentary on ESPN, the party with Nas in Oklahoma City. What is Nas and Westbrook doing in OKC at a party?
He pissed me off.
I want to know what the rest of that party looked like, huh? But but when I think about it, and then the rationale behind staying, not wanting to play behind LeBron James. But then you're effectively doing the same thing in Oklahoma City. So, again, it just goes back to your decision making. I don't think he realized how much of a bozo he made himself look, So it's like you did all of this, you did all of that. You don't want to do this, but you want to do that. But essentially, you want to do the same thing that you would have been doing in Los Angeles.
Said he doesn't want the hoopla.
In OKC, right?
The family man.
Exactly. So for me, the pressure cooker is a 3, but it could variable be 4 or 5 because it goes back to what I said initially. He's going to be responsible for cleaning up what Westbrook lacks.
Oh, yes.
Can he do that? For OKC to be elite, it can't just be 23, Just. It has to be 25 or 26.
He's going
to have to shoot 48 or 49%.
That's true.
Someone has to be efficient if Westbrook is going to be low efficiency.
Yeah. You're right. He might have to get 25 this year.
He's gonna have to. He's gonna have to have one of his best seasons. Pace will help that. He'll have more opportunities to do that. But can you do that? Well, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was saying is it gonna be another one of those Tuesday nights where you score 9 or 8 points? That can't happen this year.
It can't.
There is no Melo. There is no true number. Don't tell me nothing about Schroeder.
Yeah,
there is no true third option. It's up to you and Westbrook to carry this team.
Yeah, they have to go back to the KD and Westbrook.
PG game and KD game, though.
I know. PG disappointed me, so you notice.
They are also ran. To me, OKC's are also ran now. They just there,
They just there right now. They're floating right now.
Right.
They're floating right now. We're going to see playoff P got to step up. Can't be calling him playoff P. Skip Bayless calls him George Paul.
Valid.
He got to step up, man. So moving on. Your guy, Kyrie.
Kyrie.
What you like to call him? The boy Kyrie.
Boy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Listen here, y'all. His pressure cooker is at a 5.
Oh, yeah.
At a 5 for me. I don't want to hear shit from Kyrie, but production, wins, and get into the finals this year. He needs to play a full season this year. I know he's a great scorer. I know he's an elite player, but is he an all-around great player and a great leader? I don't know. You think he is, but I don't know yet. And I understand he was the best player on the team last year.
Right.
But they still made it to the conference finals without him.
Right.
He had a great season, but did he really turn into a better player last year? To me, he was essentially the same player that he was in Cleveland, in Boston, in a better system. And his numbers slightly decreased. I think he averaged about 23 or something like that last year from 25 the year before.
Yeah.
Same, I think a little bit less of an assist. He wasn't the primary ball handler or distributor that I thought he was going to be last year because they play more within a system concept, and Al Horford took a lot of opportunities away. I understand that. But I need to see a little bit more of that because this year there's pressure on him to succeed, to win, and to fully, if he's planning on staying in Boston, which I don't know, you got Scary Terry knocking on your door.
Yeah.
So I'll go with you. Pressure cooker level for Kyrie. Your boy.
We in the same boat. I had him at a 5. For me,
I
it's
thought
about
you was cutting him slack.
Not at all. Because now, I like who I like, but I'm still gonna judge you the same. You wanted to leave Cleveland. You wanted to be that guy.
Biting the hand.
You got the movie, right? Uncle Drew.
I forgot about the movie.
You got the Nike deal.
Sure did.
The serial edition kicks. Nike has positioned you to be one of their ambassadors post LeBron.
Yes.
We're seeing a positioning. You've got the Kobe validation as well.
Yes.
You're in Boston. This team, as you said, conference finals without you. Some, like myself, have said, maybe they beat Cleveland when Kyrie's healthy. Now you're healthy. You took care of your knee. Gordon Hayward is back. It's time. To me, this finals are nothing.
Time.
You can't lose to the team that they beat without you last year, being Philly. Gotta be Philly. You gotta get to the finals. And then when you get
to me, they've got to get to the finals. They have, quote unquote, the best team in the East.
Yeah, I told you, I feel like they could be Golden State East. And then when you get to the finals, it can't just be a four slice and then leave. You gotta show up. You know,
100%.
Also, to your point. To me, him taking that step back as far as like a scorer was him trying to like ingratiate himself to the new system.
Okay.
As opposed to like going in there and killing. You have guys that you can lean on. To me, I like that about him. You let Tatum try to show up. Jaylen Brown
You think he did that and not by design of Brad Stevens?
Well, what I mean is he could have forced the issue.
Okay.
He fell in line, especially after Gordon got hurt. He was essentially he started to fill Hayward's role. And let Rozier handle the ball more because someone had to be the scorer from the wing, But at the same time, he could afford shots, and he didn't have to. I think he learned that from LeBron. Learn how to be efficient with your shot selection. And granted, no one ever be as efficient as LeBron James, but knowing how to pick your spots and let other guys get off. Jaylen Brown had more game than I realized he had, So again now, Hayward is back, right? Tatum got better. You got everything you could ever want. You got if you look at that lineup, right? Everyone is long as hell.
Yeah.
Except for Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
So you guys can switch on defense. You have about 3 guys who could get their own basket. Al Horford overpaid as well, but he can still do some things for you. Rozier off the bench.
He played better last year. I always slandered Al Horford, but
he's not max money good. It is what it is. You got a bulldog defender in Marcus Smart to take the pressure off of you. You don't have to guard the league's best wing player or the opposing team's best wing player. Everything is set up for Kyrie Irving. If you don't get it done, I'm going to have to slander you. It is what it is. You got to get it done.
So you feel me on that
one.
Okay. He's got to get some slander if he doesn't win. I don't want to hear from him.
Best player on the best team in the East. On paper, got to get it done.
You're supposed to be the best point guard in the East, too. You should be. It's either between you or John Wall.
The door is open for the finals. If you don't get there, it's a problem.
100%. It's definitely put up or shut up for Kyrie. And he's got to play.
Yeah.
He's got to play. We love how you bring up CP3's hamstrings, but let's not forget Kyrie's knee every single year.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Boy, if you don't get... Right. Moving on. Jimmy Butler. Pressure cooker level for me. I got him at a 4 because I don't even know, first of all, I don't even know where the hell Jimmy Butler's going to end up. I might even have him at a 5 right now because of all of this hoopla and this drama he's creating right now towards the end of the season. He was being a diva, trying to dominate the end of the season right now with his trade request. It's taking too long. It's looking like it's either going to be Houston or Miami. I think it's going to be Houston, but we'll see. Houston or Miami. But a lot of questions around Jimmy Butler. Is he top 10, top 15, top 20? People don't know, but I have him at a 4.5. And I think whatever team he's on, he's got to ball out for doing all of it, for wanting out of a team that he was a decent fit on last year. And he finally got them over the hump and got them to the playoffs, ending their 13-year drought for the Minnesota Timberwolves. I need to see Jimmy Butler ball out on whatever team that he's on this year. And if it's Miami, he really needs to ball out.
You know, I got Jimmy Butler at it too because
you don't expect much.
Ain't nobody checking for Jimmy Butler, bro.
Yeah, I agree there.
Sad to say.
I agree.
Jimmy Butler, when he looks in the mirror, rates himself much highly than the league rates Jimmy Butler.
Oh, yes.
He's a good player. He's a great second option, but he's not somebody who's taking you to the promised land.
Oh, no, he's not a number one option.
The bag that Minnesota was offering you was even, you were already getting overpaid off the rip, and you want more than that?
I took that.
Well, to me, he's the current era's Joe Johnson. He's good. He has moments of brilliance, but he ain't bringing you no championships. You know, he's a good league pass player, but he's not ABC, ESPN quality. You know,
that's a great point.
He might not even be TNT. Like if TBS still had games, he was a TBS star. You know,
USA.
He's a league pass USA type player. He's not box office.
Yeah,
you know, he's not any
Jimmy's
of
not
these
box
things.
office. No, he's not box office. He's a solid number 2 option.
Right. He's a dude who kills at the park until the real dudes show up.
Yeah.
That's how I look at Jimmy Butler. He's 2 because sit down, Jimmy. You know, knock it off.
I agree.
You're a Minnesota celebrity. That's exactly where you belong.
I agree. And he does need to pipe down a little bit, well, especially with the damn trade request. But we'll see, because he needs to hurry up and get traded already.
Yeah.
Because I'm sick of the saga.
Ain't nobody trying to overpay for him either.
That's the problem.
Everybody's looking at Jimmy Butler like, bruh, except for Jimmy Butler.
I'm not giving up that much for you.
Right.
Come on now. His running mate, Karl Anthony Towns, I got his pressure cooker level at a 2.
Right.
Especially with Jimmy leaving right now. I expect Cat to put dominant numbers in there, but I'm not expecting playoffs from them if Jimmy Butler is not there. So to me, I think he needs to become a better leader. He needs to become a better defender, of course, which are more personal goals. But I'm not expecting playoffs from Karl Anthony Towns, especially without Jimmy Butler.
Okay.
If Jimmy Butler's there, then I'm expecting playoffs. But if he's not there, which obviously he's not going to be, depending on what they get back, I don't think they're going to get back equal value. So because of that, I think he just needs to be an all-star and improve on a defensive end for Karl Anthony Towns.
His pressure level is variable for me. If somehow there's no Butler trade and he comes back to the team, I'm not gonna hold anything too accountable where Cat is concerned. But if the trade goes down, and as I've said on Twitter, I believe that it's gonna be a less is more deal. And the contract you got, it's 4. Because you're supposed to be this next level.
You got the max.
Big. You got the max. You're supposed to be an NBA class as far as next level big, next generation big. You guys get the highlight matchups on TV when y'all play together against each other, So at this point, with the way people already look at Wiggins as not being what we thought he should have been, and the contract you just got, you gotta take that Kevin Garnett role from the past.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm gonna look at it as 4 because I think it's time for you to show up. To me, ever since Kentucky, he's been good, but he's never wowed me. I haven't fallen out of my chair and said,
I'm a big Karl Anthony Towns
I like
fan.
him, don't get me wrong, but it's has he been transformative, Just? And that's the thing. Are you just a guy or are you a transformative player? And that's what I want to see this
He's
season.
semi-dynamic.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe moving Jimmy out the way and getting back to him and Wiggins could open doors up for both of them.
Yeah.
You know? But that max out west, you should have that chip on your shoulder with people saying, I can't get it done without Jimmy. If you're not killing, then I gotta question you.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, the jury's out on Cat. I need to see him put up this year as well.
Right.
John Wall. Interesting year for coming up here for
Kentucky
John Wall.
Wildcat, who we looking at.
I actually really like John Wall.
Likewise.
But his pressure cooker for me is at a 5 for me this year. He's got to be big time this year for me. He's got to be big time. To me, John Wall needs to become a top 3 player in the East this year. Best case scenario for him, becoming a top 3 player. I don't know if he can, but I definitely think it's possible for him. Okay. He's got to improve his mid-range shot. He shot 28% last year for mid-range, which is terrible. He's got to get a lot better, right? So he's got to become a better shooter overall, and most importantly, he's got to improve on his leadership with his teammates, which we all know. He's having issues with Bradley Beal. I think that should be over with by now, hopefully. They got rid of Gortat. I really like this Washington Wizards roster, Jarv. I like the additions of Dwight. I really like Austin Rivers. I know a lot of people hate on Austin Rivers, but he got some game coming off that bench. He could be a nice combo guard for them. I'm not crazy about Otto Porter Jr., but I think he's in a lesser role this year, so less is expected of him, but he's still overpaid. But I think John Wall, he's got to pull up this year. He's got to give me 25 and 10, 25 and 9, all-star appearance, and I would say East Finals, they should be able to get this year.
Possible. Everything you're saying is possible. Like, I just want to like say to your Austin Rivers point real quick. he was like the dry run for the Lonzo hate. Like, if you're gonna run like a program, like hate son because of father, it was Austin Rivers. Because he can play.
He can play.
Ever since Duke, he can play. You know, like, I don't get it.
Man.
You know, a lot of it is because of the contract he got and how he played a role in the demise of the Clippers and all of that. I get it. But he's not trash, guys.
He's not trash.
Know? I see Seth Curry get more love than Austin Rivers, and he's better than Seth Curry. But to this whole John Wall thing, everything you said is spot on, you know? For me, it's just like, if you look at John Wall, like, he has everything you should want in an NBA wing player. He's 6'4", he's not hungry, like, he's in the gym, his body is filled out, he's athletic, he can score from anywhere except the three ball's a little shaky, but when you look at it, the rest of his package, the three ball's not as important.
Yeah, he doesn't need it to
he
succeed.
throws it on people. Like, if you created a guard, like, he'd be John Wall.
Yeah.
You know? And he can get the assists, he can score, he has a shooter next to him. He's quick, but it's like, it's time for him to take that next step.
Yes.
You know? I think I said it to you and I've said it to a few others. I might not want John Wall to be my point guard anymore. I just feel like he has the makings of a really good to great shooting guard. Like, he could kill at the two, or at least have another guy who can handle next to him so y'all could like alternate roles. Like I was saying on another pod, maybe CJ could go to Washington.
Yeah. I always
send
said
Bradley
CJ
Beal
for Bradley
to go play
Beal.
with Dame.
100%.
So this way y'all guys could alternate ball handling and John Wall could operate different spots on the floor. Because to me, he brings so much to the table that just relegate him to just point guard kind of takes away from what he really can impact the game. The next thing is that attitude. Like, I don't know John Wall personally, but you know what? When I see him on TV, right? He does give off douche kind of vibes. You know what I mean?
Sometimes he does.
He's a bit of a jerk at times. And your point guard can't be a jerk. You know, no shots at see people when things started to go left for the Clippers. It's because they didn't like him.
Yeah.
You know?
He was being a jerk at times.
Yeah, but maybe deservedly so. We don't know what's happening in these locker rooms. But when you have Gortat of all people taking shots at you, you know what I mean?
That was the problem. Gortat.
Like Marcin Gortat. And no one came through and said, hey, bro, chill out. They let it ride.
That's
so that
a
shows
problem.
that the locker room is kind of funny. To me, Bradley Beal and John Wall always look kind of shaky because to me, they just look like they two dudes who in the club and they both want the same girl every time they go to the club and they bump heads.
Yeah.
They're literally carbon copies of each other.
They
who
are.
do the same things, but just a little bit different. Whereas, you know, Wall is the ball handling point guard, Bill is the shooter.
Yeah.
But they have similar body types. They have similar like dispositions as far as personalities go. And for the greater good of that team, I think they need to be separated. I don't think John Wall can ever be his best self if Bradley Beal is there. You know, from the time Bill got paid and he was talking spicy, things have been fractured. Then you throw $100 million Otto Porter. I might be angry too if I'm John Wall.
Yeah,
you
come
know?
on now.
Something has to change there for us to see him be his best self.
I agree. This is a big year for John Wall.
But I got him at a 4. I think I did all that talking. I didn't get the number. I have him at a 4.
Okay. All right. That's cool. Kawhi Leonard. To me, I got him at a 5 also. I mean, he shocked the world when he said he wanted out from San Antonio. He got his wish. He didn't get to the Lakers, but he did get to Toronto. And I think this year he has to reestablish himself as one of the best two-way players in the game. Probably he should establish himself as the best two-way player in the game. And I'm expecting big things out of Kawhi this year. I think he's going to like Toronto a lot more than people think, man. I've been on the record saying that I think Toronto has a really good chance to re-sign him. I really do. I do think ultimately he will leave, but I think if they get to the finals or a game 7 in the conference rounds, game 6, game 7 in the tough finals, and Drake's been pumping him and promoting him all year, which he will do. I think Kawhi is really going to entertain staying in Toronto. And I don't think he's going to LA next year. The Lakers, I should say. I think he's either going to Toronto or the Clippers next year. But if I had a choice between Toronto or the Clippers, I might think of Toronto a little bit, depending on the success that he has in the Eastern Conference this year. But I see big things out of him personally this year, and I think he fits well in that Toronto Raptors roster.
I like what you're saying when it comes to Kawhi Leonard. All of those things are on the table. I think I wouldn't rule out the Knicks. I wouldn't rule out Miami if they don't get Jimmy Butler.
I think he might be scared of the Knicks. No,
you never know.
True.
I don't think the Lakers are on the table because I just feel like if things go on both sides as well, you don't need Kawhi if
Exactly.
BI elevates and Kuz elevates. You get too much of the same
That's
things.
why I don't think he's going there.
Right. But the pressure level for me is like variable between 1 all the way to 5. Because it's Toronto. You still got Chubbs over there. Do we really think Kawhi is that transcendent, that he's that much better than DeMar DeRozan? We don't know.
I think so.
We're going to see this year because there's a lot of people.
You don't think he's better than DeMar?
I'm not saying me.
Okay.
I'm trying to give you the all-encompassing view.
Okay.
There's people who believe he was created by Pop.
Yeah,
There's people who have
true.
no faith in what's going on in Toronto. Toronto coach is a nobody. We don't know this guy.
Nick Nurse, I don't know who this guy is. Yeah.
Chubbs has the audacity to be mad when you're getting $30 million a year to have that dumbass afro and never get it done in the playoffs and go and decompress.
Decompress.
You got Fred VanVleet on the squad. No shade, but I'm just saying that you just swapped out DeRozan essentially for Kawhi Leonard, right? So how much better is Toronto? This is the question.
I think they're a little better.
To the other
little
side of
better.
that, one variable all the way to 5, you pushed your way out of San Antonio. You believe that you are that guy. You deserve more. Part of it is because you were frustrated with Pop. Part of it is market. You mentioned the sneaker deal, how Basuda it was. Going to the 6. That OVO brand, even with your goofy ass laugh, you get to be with cool guys in the club now as opposed to being on the Riverwalk. You get that lifestyle.
Yeah, and he doesn't have to promote himself.
Right.
Drake and Toronto can promote him.
Every day.
He can be in a commercial and just stand there.
Of course, there's going to be cheesy IG posts of them two posing, not looking in the camera and all that.
Exactly.
But when it's all said and done, you left a cozy spot to go out east. There's no LeBron. There is a power vacuum in that conference.
Yes.
This is where the 5 comes in. If you are what they say you are, this team should win.
Gotta put up.
They won 59 last year, right?
Number 1 seed in the East.
You're better than DeRozan, they said. Maybe 64 wins, right?
I want to see.
I'm just throwing a number out there. I'm not saying it's going to happen.
I want to see about 25 from Kawhi also.
Who's going to take the shots from him?
Yep.
But what offense are they going to run in Toronto? This is rhetorical. When you look at Kawhi's game offensively, it's not like the smoothest game. It ain't kitchen sink. That form is kind of janky.
Yeah,
That
it's still a
pull-up-
work in progress,
Right.
but it's effective.
But he gets to operate in a lot of space in San Antonio that's going to be non-existent in Toronto.
Yes.
It's going to be expose season for Kawhi Leonard.
It's going
this
to be.
season.
I'm interested to see him adjust into this new offense.
That's what I'm saying.
Very
The
interesting.
book is open. The jury is out on Kawhi Leonard so far for me.
This is a put up or shut up year for Kawhi.
Oh, yeah.
Big time. Moving on, who he got traded for? DeMar DeRozan, as I like to call him. To me, his pressure cooker level is at a 4.
Oh.
At a 4. But I actually expect DeMar to do well this year. I actually like his fit in San Antonio. I think with the player that he is, he can blend in there a lot better, him and LaMarcus Aldridge. I actually think they have a decent team over there in San Antonio. Some people don't like him, but I actually think they have a decent squad. And I see him averaging about 23 this year, and I think the Spurs will make the playoffs. And I'm not really expecting much out of DeMar. That's why it's hard for me to grade him, man. I would say 3, 4, somewhere between there.
Okay. I'm just going to go flat out disrespectful and say 0 because much like Jimmy Butler, to a degree, ain't nobody checking for DeMar DeRozan. And here's the problem now, Just. It's like you were in the East and you were scared of the boogeyman.
Scared of him.
Admittedly scared of the boogeyman. In the East, there was only one boogeyman.
One boogeyman.
Now you out West, where there's a boogeyman every other night.
Every other
And
night.
you asking me to care about what DeRozan is doing? boy. The Frozen.
The Frozen.
Yo, Baylor, get your mans.
Get your man.
You know,
he's gonna blend in over there though, San Antonio.
You know, even in the Drew League, he don't get it done. You know,
arguing with the ref.
Arguing with the ref.
Come on,
where's that fire when LeBron's on the court, huh?
Oh, you know he freezes up.
So if you asking me to depend on a guy and expect, because it's put up or shut up, and expect anything of a guy who couldn't be one person and froze up and got benched in the playoffs. Can't forget, I think it was game 3, game 4. He got benched by Casey for a few minutes, some crucial minutes in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They made their biggest run of the series without him, right? Now you telling me he's gonna go with Pop in the West, where you got to deal with LeBron one night, KD, Stephen Clay another night. You know what I mean? Houston with CP and Harden the next night. Then you got to go deal with Wiggins. Then you got to deal with Lillard and CJ another night. Then you got to go to New Orleans and deal with the Unibrow and Drew Holiday. You're gonna have to play some defense. That's why his coach got him up out of there, because the new coach is like, we're gonna have to make him a two-way player for us to get to the next level. And then they got a call from San Antonio. Yeah, we got a two-way player for you. Oh, let's make the deal. Let's make the deal right now. My man broke his fingers clicking accept on that deal. Like it's fantasy.
Knew what he was doing with that.
Exactly. Ain't nobody checking for DeMar.
Nope. 100%.
Another bozo who didn't want to come back home. And look what's happening to you guys. Stuck.
He did. Damian Lillard, Dame Dollar. Pressure cooker level for me is a damn 5. He cried all last year about him not getting enough recognition. He finally did get his recognition, got his All-NBA spot. Then he got swept with home court advantage. With home court advantage. But to me, I'm expecting another first-round exit for Damian Lillard. So his pressure cooker level for me is a 5, but I don't think he's going to get there. I don't think he can exceed expectations. He's going to play well, put up decent numbers, but he's going to get bumped out in the first round again.
Yeah. For me, I have him at a 4. You know, I was giving him a slight bit of wiggle room because as good as he is, his team really can't compete.
I know. That's why I felt bad for the 5.
You
4,
can't,
I'll go 4.
You can't have 2 undersized guards in your backcourt who kind of do the same things, who operate in the same spaces.
Yeah, it's still an odd pairing.
They need to get McCollum out of there. To me, they need a 3 and D 2 guard type.
Yeah.
You know, with some length about them, 6'7", 6'6", maybe. You know, go get it done. I think they'll be better for it.
I was saying a McCollum and Wiggins swap would be ideal for both teams.
Key component, you know? Imagine having to defend that. But the problem is, he talks so much. You wind and complete. We say KD cries. Everybody gives this guy so many passes.
That's why he gets on my nerve, because he whines.
Oh my God. Just because he can rap really good, we give him a pass, dropping these fire mixtapes. Yo, he's been crying.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not an all-star. I'm not an all-star to get the recognition. Cried. Dame Dollar. And then you 3 seed in the West. 3 seed. And what happened to you?
I'm expecting nothing from this team.
You know what happened, Just? I'm going to get a little disrespectful. You got treated like the 4-year player you are in college by the transcendent one and done in Anthony Davis in the playoffs. He showed you what you were. You're another league pass guy. You're not box office. You're league pass. You get the occasional TNT game, and then you got to go sit down for the real dudes to come play.
For the big boys to come through.
That's it.
I agree. It's an interesting year for Dame Lillard, man. Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's very interesting because you know that's my guy over here in the East. That's my guy right there. Age 24 now. His pressure cooker level for me is at a 4. 4.5, maybe 5. He had a phenomenal year last year. The Bucks did him dirty. Only added Brook Lopez and Ilyasova and gave him those crumbs and told him he has to get to the conference finals this year. So I feel a little bad for him, but I don't care.
Right.
I need him to get past the first round. I need him to definitely get to the second. I need him to get to the conference finals this year. I know I said I need a lot of people to get to the conference finals. Somebody has to put up or shut up. You have to go down in major defeat if you don't get to the conference finals. Go down with the clip empty. I really have about 4 or 5 people in the conference finals, and only 2 can make it.
Yeah.
So I know I got issues, but Giannis is my guy, and he should be getting. He should be he should get MVP this year. That's my MVP pick this year. He should get an MVP this year, and the Bucks should try to win at least 45 games and get a top 4 seed in the East, which I don't know if he can. And that's my issue with Giannis.
Giannis I have at 2.
No pressure.
He's not even that. it's more about he's in line with like Westbrook and PG and Jimmy Butler, but not necessarily about not checking.
See, I got him at a higher standard than those.
No, these guys can play, but I think people are starting to like stop expecting because you constantly show us who you are. We can't keep expecting it. If you a first round fodder, then we're gonna look at you as a dude with good stats who's first round fodder. Slightly disrespectful, but when you remember a year ago when you was boosting up Giannis, I didn't co-sign it. I was like, all right, we gonna see, bro, because I don't believe him.
I know.
You know, he's good for the regular season. He, we'll be grading guys on League Pass and national TV. He's national TV status. He's got Milwaukee on TNT. He doesn't get the Sunday game on ABC or the Saturday night game on ABC, but the Thursday night.
He might sometimes.
Maybe, but he's the visiting team. They ain't going to Milwaukee, right?
Yeah. Well,
all these things matter.
Yeah.
You know.
That definitely does.
What I'd like to say, I'd like my respect for him to increase. I'm not going to say conference finals, but geez, can we get a second round 7 gamer? Is that asking for too much?
No, that's not enough.
You're too good to go home in the first round. You getting beat by the soft-ass Raptors 2 years ago. Then last year, no Kyrie. Couldn't even win a road game in Boston.
He never lost that Celtics series last year.
You shouldn't have lost either of those series, Josh.
Either one.
Because they stole home court from the Raptors 2 years prior. And they got closed at the crib.
Yep.
You know? So it's like, you need to stop being fodder. First round fodder is no good. I'm starting to lose respect for you as a competitor, not as a serious competitor. You're going to give us the regular season. You're going to give us some highlights. But when it's time to go home, you just lay down. I don't like that.
I need him to put up.
He's easy to close out.
I need him to put up this year, Giannis.
Hands down.
My guy, I see you out here. Put up.
Again, all of you really good players in the Eastern Conference, y'all got the LeBron crutch does not exist
The whole
anymore.
East is on notice.
On notice.
The whole East is on notice.
You know?
100%.
Easily.
For real. Anthony Davis. Pressure cooker level for me. I got him at a level 3.
Okay.
For some reason, this is a weird year for AD. I honestly think he's out at the end of this year. I think he's going to request a trade at the end of the season with him changing agents to Rich Paul and Clutch Boss. Maybe the LA Lakers. Who knows? But I don't know what to think of this year for AD. He's in a lose-lose situation for me. I just need him to leave. I think they don't have enough to even get past the first round. They lose a Rondo this year, which was a major piece. Alfred Payton is not good enough. Drew Holiday is okay. They got your man Julius Randle up in there. Jahlil Okafor. I mean, they don't have any wings though, so they can't really do much. And I feel bad for AD. So I'm not expecting much from him. And I already know he's great. I already know he's phenomenal. So to me, he's not going to prove anything more by losing in the first round.
So they bring Julius Randle with his broke ass jump shot, who needs to isolate to be good. He only rolls for point guards who he likes. Because he didn't roll for D'Angelo. But he rolled hard as hell for Lonzo.
Another one of your guys.
Another one of my guys. But it was more because he was a Laker, you know.
Okay.
But he's temperamental is my point. He wants to be an alpha. He thinks he has an alpha game. He ain't even a beta. He's just there. You know? I feel like at some point, we're going to read an article where there's going to be some issues with Julius Randle and Anthony Davis, because Anthony Davis is that guy.
He is.
You understand me?
He's that guy.
He's that guy. Where's the offense going to come from? Beyond the transcendent, transformative talent that is AD. How are you going to get buckets for everybody else?
I don't know.
You let Rondo walk. Drew Holiday, he's cool. To me, Drew Holiday was always better in 2K than he was in real life.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
You know, I just don't see it.
He's solid.
Right. I have him at 1 because it's just like we know what he can do.
Exactly.
He's dragging them to the playoffs.
He's been doing that for years.
He swept the team out of the playoffs. I think, is it Mirotic is on the squad over there?
Yeah, Mirotic.
I think he helped them a lot.
Yeah, Mirotic did well for them when Boogie went down.
The one thing that's missing is a wing, just as you said.
No wings.
Someone
got to
get
now.
it from the
You can't give me Quincy Pondex or Solomon Hill and expect me to do something with that. Those are problems.
They couldn't get, what is his name again? Oh, man. He got drafted by Tyreek Evans. Tyreek Evans was there to be had on a 1 year. There was no money. You gave that bread to Julius Randle.
Come on, man.
Come on now.
Come on, man.
Knock it off.
Moving on really quick. I'm going to put these two together. Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. Both of them, to me, their pressure cooker levels at a 3 for me.
Okay.
For each one. I think Ben Simmons, he just has to show me he's improved his game over the summer.
Agreed.
He's got to get that perimeter shot, which I don't think he has a full perimeter shot, but he's got to show me something because he went out very bad last year.
Yeah.
In the playoffs.
He got rondoed out of the playoffs.
He got rondoed out of the playoffs. And Joel Embiid, it's all about health for Joel Embiid for me. And he talks a lot of shit, but the big man can ball.
He can ball.
Joel Embiid puts in work as a center, man. And both of them should be shooting for the conference finals this year. But I'm not really that high on Philly. They're a good team, but they're not a great team to me.
They're
just
warts.
good. Yeah, so for me, their pressure level is about a 3.
I had Ben Simmons at 3. I had Embiid at 4. To me, this could be the second coming of Shaq and Penny. That style of play, the big point guard, the dynamic center, if they can keep it together, Markelle Fultz is going to be important to them. I have Embiid higher because he's been in the league longer, he's been hurt, and he's been looked at as the next GOAT big.
Yeah.
And it's time now to validate these assumptions of you.
Oh, yeah.
We've seen the flashes. We've seen the post move. We've seen them strictly go to him to close games out. We've seen you do it to a degree. But it's full because you bring that pressure to yourself. You talk a lot of shit, and it's now time for you to back it up.
It is.
Again, put up or shut up.
Put up or shut up.
You know, 55 wins is a number I'm having for them. In the East, those two, we have one transformative guy and a dynamic guy, because to me, Embiid is transformative. I don't know if Ben Simmons is transformative, you know, but he's up there. And if you got 2, then by all means, you got to kill.
If you have 2, especially in that conference.
Right. You have your shooter in Redick. You know.
I like the Wilson Chandler pickup.
Wilson Chandler's sneaky good pickup.
Very good.
Sneaky good. And if Fultz gives you anything, there is no excuse.
No excuse at all. 100% agree. 100% agree. I had a couple more stars, but we're just going to move on because a lot of them were second tier. As a matter of fact, we'll go through one of them, actually. Isaiah Thomas, actually.
I was hoping you would get to this one.
Isaiah Thomas, I actually want to do. To me, his pressure cooker level is a 5.
Wow, Just.
A 5 for Isaiah.
5?
I'm being too harsh?
Nah, it's your world, Just.
I just feel like he's got to prove. Actually,
it's 5s. Talk your talk. Talk about it.
You're right. I just feel like he's in a tough spot, but to me, he's got to prove himself this year, because last year was a bad year for him with hip surgery. To me, he's got to put up a good amount. He got to put up about 18 points, and Denver has to make the playoffs in order for Isaiah Thomas to get the money that he rightfully wants, and I think he deserves.
I'm going to go the other way. Isaiah Thomas is the living embodiment of a horror story in the NBA. You know,
he is, though.
You hurt your hip, you put a city on your back. Right, when you're supposed to get paid, you hurt your hip, and now you're in the middle of nowhere in the NBA. Ain't nobody checking for Denver as far as the city goes.
I hate that move for him.
Think about it. Boston to LeBron possible finals to LA, where, you know, you always wanted to be a Laker, to now you're in Denver.
I hate that move for him.
His number is -1. You know what I mean? I literally wrote that down, -1.
But he's got to do something to get the bread.
It ain't happening. It's quiet for that money.
Damn. That sucks to hear.
It's quiet.
Isaiah,
I love IT, but it's quiet, bro.
IT, be room for you, man. Try to get that bread this year. Give me at least 18 to 20.
He's getting treated like a journeyman.
He is. That's really bad. Let's put up or shut up volume 3, man. A couple of stars got to put up or shut the hell up.
Please.
As my man LaVar said in the beginning. Before we get out of here, you know we got to do the crossover segment.
Not a game.
Oh, yeah.
Not a game.
I'm ready this time.
We talking about
crossover
practice.
segment. So for my new listeners, I'll be throwing out player comparisons from different eras. My man Jarvis asks his GM, and he tells me who he would take out of the 2 in their prime if he was building a team. I got some heavy hitters this week.
Okay.
Are you taking a prime Ray Allen, Ray, Jesus Shuttlesworth, or James Harden? Let me give you the career stats. James Harden, 23 points per game, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, 44% from the floor. 1-time MVP, 6-time All-Star, 4-time All-NBA first team, 6th man of the year, and a scoring champ. Ray Allen, 18 points per game, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 45% from the floor, 2-time champ, 10-time All-Star, all-time three-pointers made leader.
This is a tough one.
Building a team.
I'm going to go with James Harden.
Oh, okay.
You know, I just, as we spoke about earlier, no slight to Ray Allen.
No,
This
not at
guy
all.
is amazing.
Look who I put there. You can't go wrong with either one of these
I
boys.
just think that James Harden is just more. You know, that's
Gives you
it.
a little bit more.
Yeah, it's just more. Everything.
And more everything.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to disagree with you,
Of course you
brother.
were.
I mean,
picking against Ray Allen? Unlikely.
I mean, disclaimer alert, for those who don't know, my top 3 players of all time, Ray Allen, CP3, and MJ, of course. So I can't count against Ray. But it was very tough for me because you're right, though. James Harden actually does give you more as a 2 guard. But to me, who am I choosing if I want the big shot? I'm taking Ray over James Harden if I want the big shot.
Clutch factor is key.
The epitome of a 2 guard is what Ray Allen was.
Fair.
He was a shooting guard. He can hit you off the dribble, and get you spot up. He can do it all. He can hit you. People forget he was a dunker. He was in a dunk contest back in 96, 97 with Kobe. A lot of people forget. They just remember Boston Celtics Ray Allen, Miami Heat Ray Allen, rather than Milwaukee Bucks and Seattle Ray Allen.
Recency bias, of course, I get that.
Of course.
Like, to me, like, if Allen Houston was like Old Navy as far as the game, Ray Allen was definitely like Balmain or whatever. Like, whatever the highest level was Ray Allen. But to me, Harden, love him. There's a little more.
I can't fault you there.
But I like the clutch argument is definitely a key component.
That's why I'm going with Ray for the clutch argument. So next up, this one might be a little bit more interesting. Some big men. Are you taking a prime Yao Ming or Joel Embiid?
Ooh.
Let me give you the correct stats. Yao Ming, they're very similar numbers. 19 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 blocks, 52% from the floor, 8-time All-Star. Embiid, 22 points per game, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks, 47% from the floor, 1-time All-Star because he's early career. You taking Yao or Joel?
I'm going to go with Joel. I'm picking the young guys this week. Yao, because I already know how it ended and what his game.
Prime Yao.
Yeah.
Prime Yao was a weird Yao still.
He got busy.
Yeah.
A lot of people forget that much about Yao. But I just don't think you could ever really win with Yao, with what he did on the floor.
That's fair.
He was super slow, super plotting. Like, you really had to like make him your offense.
Yeah.
You know, look, they got franchise up out of there. Partially because it just wasn't gonna work.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, even with T-Mac, it took Yao taking that step back and getting hurt for T-Mac to take that team over.
I agree.
I just feel like 7 foot, what was he, 7'6", something crazy
7'6",
like that?
yeah.
Moving really slow.
It was never gonna last.
It was never gonna last. And when I look at Embiid, it's like, if you wanted to put Yao's package in a smaller, more athletic body, you have Joel Embiid. And that's what I'm going with.
Also has health concerns as well.
They're the same guy as far as health.
Exactly.
But if you're asking me, more bang for my buck, I think it's Joel Embiid.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. We in agreement on that one. We in agreement. Joel's game is, because he can hit that 3, I'm giving him the nod. And to me, he has a it factor.
True.
That Yao Ming doesn't have. It just had it because he was Asian. He had that cachet around him.
Got that finesse post game.
Yeah, they both got a finesse. That little mid-range jump. They're both great face-up centers.
European style bigs.
Great face-up centers. So you can't go wrong either one there. But I'm going with Joel also. But I think that's a lot closer than people may think, man.
Yeah.
100%. Jarv, man, this was Put Up a Shovel Volume 3, my brother.
Yo, Volume 4, whenever, let's do it.
Got to.
This was fun for the listeners, you know. I know they're gonna disagree. You're gonna get some feedback, or it's gonna be some angry people.
Oh yes, we're gonna get some angry callers on this.
Not for nothing. This is probably like my favorite episode to do because it's good to see like where we at as far as how we view these players.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Is it because a lot of people have different views for all different kinds of players. Yeah. So it's interesting to hear your take because I know you make me feel like I'm harsh all the time.
If you were a professor, bro, I'm quitting. Rate my professor unsatisfactory.
I'm harsh, man. I am harsh. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So my brother, I appreciate you again, man. And I will be on the league office soon.
Coming soon.
Gray area.
Soon. It's league office season, bro. We blowing all these basketball talking heads out the water.
Yes, sir.
Get with it or get lost. Real generic, but I don't care.
Nah, for real, though. Seriously, though, Jarvis, my brother, once again, I appreciate you for joining me, my man. And this is Above the Rim, episode 69. And we out.
This is what Flo from Progressive sounds like in one of our many hilarious commercials.
Hi! Did you know that you can get a quote on your motorcycle insurance in under 3 minutes at Progressive.com? And did you know that saying hi makes even bad news sound good? Hi! You have high cholesterol! Hi! You're fine!
And this is what that same commercial sounds like on your motorcycle.
Hi! There's no more cake!
Yeah, even our commercials sound better on a bike. And with basic policy starting at $75 a year, Progressive helps keep you on yours. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Annual premium for basic liability policy not available in all states.